Last week, our nation marked a day of observation for 100 million plus victims who have died at the hands of international communism. This National Day for the Victims of Communism honors the memories of those who were persecuted over the last half-century and reminds all of us of the hundreds of millions of people who continue to this day to be persecuted. We can get lost in these vast numbers. Many of our young people today are ignorant of the tragedies and lessons learned in the 20th century. Marion Smith, the executive director of Victims of the Communist Memorial Foundation, said it best. When we don't educate our young generations about the historical truths of 100 million victims murdered at the hands of communist regimes over the past century, we shouldn't be surprised at their willingness to embrace communist ideas. We need to redouble our efforts to educate America's youth about the history of communist regimes and the dangers so prevalent even today. So to help educate ourselves and remind us to stay ever vigilant against the evil in men's hearts, today we are spotlighting one particular moment of communist repression that has left an indelible mark on Eastern European nations and their descendants who live and work in Michigan today. We remember the anniversary of the Ukrainian Holodomor, the 1932-33 event. The Holodomor means death by starvation. The fourth Saturday of November has been recognized internationally as the day to commemorate the Holodomor, when 8 million Ukrainians were intentionally starved to death by the Stalinist regime. This year marks the 86th anniversary of that tragedy. Some of the survivors of the Holodomor and their descendants reside in Michigan and our districts, and we are honored by the work that has been done by the Ukrainian American Holodomor Genocide Committee of Michigan. Finally, I would like to recommend to any of you a book called Execution by Hunger: The Hidden Holocaust by Maron Dolat. It is one of the most moving and terrifying historical accounts I have ever read. If this is an issue you care about, I strongly urge you to pick it up.
The Ukrainian American Holodomor Genocide Committee of Michigan has worked passionately to spread Holodomor awareness through the creation of lesson plans with the Michigan Department of Education. These lesson plans contribute to our understanding that the Soviet authorities denied, concealed, and destroyed information about the Holodomor, and that accurate information about this tragic event has only recently been made available. This committee's work has raised awareness of the historical facts of the Holodomor and continues to prevent such tragedies from ever occurring again. Senator Runestad and I are joined here today with guests in the gallery, Doris and Andre Duge of Warren, in remembrance of the Holodomor, to reflect on the legacy of this event and bring awareness to the Holodomor's place in the history of communist oppression, brutality, and genocide. Doris is the education chair for the Ukrainian American Holodomor Committee of Michigan, and Andre is a Macomb County Commissioner for the 1st District. Please join us in gratitude for their tireless work of this committee, which has contributed to an improved international understanding. And after welcoming our guest, we request that we have a moment of silence in remembrance of the victims of the Holodomor and in memory of the international victims of communist brutality. Andre and Doris Duge, who are in our North Gallery, if you could please welcome them to the State Senate today. Thank you.
Welcome to the Michigan Senate. If I could ask all senators and staff and guests in the gallery, please rise for a moment of silence.